Welcome to my video on teaching your horse how to do A to B stationary targets. If you like what you see here, I would really appreciate if you like and subscribe to my channel. And I also have started offering video coaching. If you like my training style and would like some help with your horse, you can contact me either through YouTube, or I'm also pretty active on Instagram and Facebook. So this is not my first session doing this. This is, I think, my second session right here. And I've already taught him to target these stationary targets on the ground, but typically what I've done is I've walked with him and pointed to each one. And in this session, what I'm trying to get him to do is to go back and forth without me having to walk with him. I'm still walking a little bit, but I'm trying to fade it out. And the other thing that I'm doing is I'm trying to stand in between the two targets and feed him in between and have him come to me for food. So he gets it sometimes, and other times he doesn't get it, but he does pretty well here. So what I'm trying to get him to understand is that when I point to a target, he can go and walk there without me. And so here I'm kind of giving him a little bit more of a clue of where I want him to go. He really likes to stop and check me out as he's going from target A to target B because I have the food, and I've done a lot where I've asked him to come to me. So you can see here I'm having to really give him a lot of clues as to what I want. He wasn't quite prepared to walk back and forth independently. And I use the click, and by kind of standing away from him, to ask him to turn around so he would be already pointed back at the other target. But you can see here he's really still just trying to follow me from target to target. So I end up moving it a little bit because I felt like they were maybe a little too far apart. And there he walks away from me, which is good.
Turn around.
And you can see he's kind of figuring out that he needs to come back to me and turn around the other way to get his reward. I don't always want him to come to me for food, but I want him to have that ability. Obviously, for stationary stuff, I will bring the food to him. But if it's something mobile where he's going to be coming back towards me anyway, I'm fine with him coming to me to get the food. So here he's kind of starting to pick it up a little bit. He's still a little distracted. I think he actually finds this activity pretty boring, and I think that is part of why he's kind of wandering around a little bit. You'll see in the next clip, it's from about a week later. He gets pretty distracted and pretty bored with it. So once he's done with this stage and has this going pretty well, I will start to make it a little harder by either adding distance between the stationary targets, or I will start to add little obstacles, which I'll do, you'll see later in this video. Altogether, he's probably done 5 sessions with this, and this video shows clips from 2 or 3 of those sessions from the week before Christmas 2019 to now, which is the week after New Year's 2020. You'll also hear me ask him to walk on, and that's not something that I always do. I want me asking him to target to be enough to get him to move towards the target, but sometimes he just needs a little help getting moving, and then once he's going, I can direct him a little better by saying target.
Walk on. Target. Walk on. Walk on.
He's pretty distracted by my hand. When I point, I think he's looking at it to see if there's food in it.
Come on, bud. Come on.
So I can tell he's done with this for the day. So that was our last time, and then we revisit it another time. So this is from a couple weeks later. We had done maybe 2 or 3 sessions of this between the last clip and this clip. And he's super distracted during this session. The wind's blowing, there's a bunch of horses and fields next to him.
Over here, this one.
But he's doing a lot better staying away from me and not needing to follow me. Like right there, he passed me up, which was great. He hadn't really been able to do that very consistently the last time that I had worked with him.
Target.
So he wandered off for a little bit, so I shut the camera off and we started back up again after he was done exploring.
Target.
So I'm trying not to lead him to the other target as much as possible, but if he gets really stuck or I think I'm about to lose him, I will walk a few steps with him because he is really used to us doing liberty leading where we just kind of walk together and he more or less follows me or just stays next to me.
Target.
So even though he's distracted, you can see he's a little bit more consistent about walking back and forth and not stopping to check me out. And then also continuing to move and turning back around to get his food and then head back to the other target.
Target.
Eventually, I would like to have a little bit more energy.
Walk on.
Our fields have been really wet. We've gotten a ton of rain. So I'm doing a lot of stuff just at the walk right now because of that. But also we haven't really honed this skill enough just yet to start trotting.
Target.
So here I added a pole, and I actually had
Walk on.
a session where he was walking over his gym mat that I thought I had on video, but I think I forgot to hit record. So just adding that little obstacle can be, even though it's just a tiny pole, can be a huge deterrent for them to go back and forth. It can be a big obstacle for them to do these just because it changes it up a little bit. And for me, if he goes around it, I'm not worried about that. I'm still just want him to go from A to B.
Target.
But if he does choose to go over the pole, then that's great because this is a great way to start them liberty jumping. So he does this a few times and then he decides
Walk on.
that he's done and wants to leave. So I went ahead and ended the session there. But I will post more videos on this activity. Make sure you like and follow, and please leave a comment if there's a topic that you would like for me to cover, and get in touch with me if you are interested in some online coaching. Thanks for watching.